All right, let's switch gears at 9:36 on your Memorial Day morning. Detroit Lions kicker Jake Bates was in town over the weekend. He stopped by Grand Rapids First Assembly of God Church on 44th Street Sunday. He chatted about the Lions' road to a Super Bowl and how his faith plays a role in his football career.
It's the greatest. It's the greatest. So how does it feel? Listen, they're already laughing in here. How does it feel to be the field goal kicker for the 2026 Super Bowl champions?
That would be pretty awesome. I think right now we're taking it one day at a time and just trying to get better, not to look too far ahead. But
that's such an ESPN answer.
No, Jake, you gotta understand. We are people of faith.
Yes.
And we see those things which be not as though they were. That's how we are.
And I'm sitting on 100 Lions plates and straws and cups and tamales in my freezer from last Super Bowl. So we're going to do it this year. You got a lot of new guys.
we do, and I mean, we're so fortunate with the guys that, one, we were able to bring in, and also the ones that we've been able to retain. I think the coaching staff, Coach Campbell, and the front office has done such a great job of making sure the integrity of that locker room stays at what it is, and the people that we're bringing in fit the culture, and the whole gritty thing that Coach Campbell preaches, so heavily at us, and I think that's one of the best parts about being a part of it is he's so true to who he is, whether it's in front of the camera or it's behind closed doors, just us. He's a guy that, it's our job to perform well and to try to win, but he's also a guy that we want to win for, and that we love, and it'll be like 8 in the morning, he'll give our little team speech or like a meeting or whatever, and I'm ready to run through a brick wall, and it's like, I probably don't need to be doing that, but I'm ready to if he asks me to.
Don't do it. That's so cool. We love Dan Campbell.
Well, let's talk about this love for Dan Campbell. Okay, so we have this, y'all have those digital frames at your house where you have photos that go through? Y'all got those? So we have one called an aura, and it's got all our pictures of our family on it. It's got Sarah and Nathan, the grandkids, Ashley and Brendan, me, and just family. And I'm sitting there one night and looking at it, and all of a sudden, a photo of Dan Campbell comes up.
You guys want that picture on yours too, don't you? That's so cool.
I went into the bedroom. I said, Brenda, what is Dan Campbell doing with all of our family photos? Well, I just thought it was so cute.
It's Victory Monday with Louise, his dog. I shouldn't even know that, but I do. That is the cutest picture. And you said that he's just as nice as he is. Well, he's not nice on TV because he's breaking kneecaps and biting kneecaps and stuff, but you said he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. One thing that so early on in training camp last year that really helped me settle in is, I think it was after the first day of training camp, he came up to me kind of on his own and said, Jake, just to let you know, we never expect you to be perfect. We expect you to be the same person every day. Wow. And that was where I could kind of feel like, okay, I can be a human, and I'm gonna miss, and it's gonna happen. I'm gonna struggle, but having a coaching staff and people around me that believe in me and continue to trust me no matter what, it's just been such a blessing, and I really couldn't have asked to be in a better place.
Well, it seems like we see it on TV. We're watching from a distance. But when I watch him, and when I see certain situations that are happening with the team, and things like when we saw Hutch get injured and everything, and he's back, right? He's back. Yeah, he's back. And it just seems like there are moments where I see this. It doesn't seem put on, but there's a genuine care for each one of the guys. A real deep care. Is that?
Absolutely. And you can feel it. It stems from the top down. And like I said earlier, he's somebody that we want to win for when everybody is willing to put their body on the line and do whatever's asked. And I think everyone believes the vision that he sees, and we're going to follow it because we believe in him, and we trust him, and it's so easy too because he's been there and he's done that, and he's played in the NFL for a long time, and he knows what it's like going through it every day, and so it's so easy to play for a coach that one you respect with every bone in your body, and then that you know that loves you and wants the best for you every day.
So I think we have one, let's see, don't we have there's a new guy on the team right out of here, out of our backyard.
Yeah, you got a guy right from Hudsonville
Right
this
here.
year. What's his name? Tesla.
Isaac, yeah.
He's right
He's
down.
right from Hudsonville right here. Hey, y'all should cheer for him. He's from Hudsonville. He's got to see big things from him. Big things.
But you know, Jake, you've created some awesome memories. For yourself, I'm sure, but for the millions of fans. I mean, all these things, we're biting our nails down to the quick. I mean, we're watching it all with you, and you've created some great memories. The Lions have. But I want you to know the real reason why you're here beyond what you do, and this is the real reason why you're here.
Just recently you were a brick salesman. You thought you were out of football. So what does this mean to you to come back and do this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just shows, how good the Lord is. He's so faithful, and man, my story is, if anything, I just hope people can see Jesus through my story, and that's what I think I'm here to do, is this, not make or miss or be a good kicker or a bad kicker, but spread the love of Jesus. So, hopefully I'm able to do that on the stage I'm given.
Last night, I'll tell you again, that is the boldest statement after a game-winning field goal. I mean, for you to get up there and say it's not about whether I make it or miss it, when hundreds of millions of fans say it is.
Yeah, and I think that's something so easy to get caught up in your identity is, so many people see me, all they see me as is the kicker for the Lions, and that's just not all that there is to me. And, I want to fight against even that just being who I am. That's not who I am, that's what I do, and I think I've been able to work so hard at finding such a difference between who I am and what I do. And, before that little post-game conference, I remember just having there was 30 seconds before we went live and shooting. The person interviewing me was like, we're going live in about 25, 30 seconds. And I closed my eyes and it was just and I'd never done this before, and I'm really, you can probably tell I ramble a little bit, I'm a little, microphone shy. But I remember closing my eyes and just being like, Lord, just please speak through me.
Wow.
And that was the most comfortable I've ever felt, spreading my, and that's why I think it's, that stood out to me so much, is because I so vividly remember closing my eyes and just being like, Lord, please speak through me and use this stage for yours. And, lo and behold, it became this big thing that I'm proud of, that I was able to do that on such a big stage. And, hopefully that little splash made a huge wave. And you never know the words that you say, who's gonna hear them, who's gonna see them. And so the one thing that I've been so focused on lately, and kind of my reading of the Bible, has been the power of the tongue and how powerful and impactful our words can be. And it doesn't matter if you're in a Sunday night football post-game interview, or if you're just in your workplace, your words can carry so much weight. And I think it's so important too, because you never know who's watching, you never know who's listening, you never know if that's their one experience with somebody that's a believer. And so these words that we choose every day, and so often I think they're so important, and it goes so unnoticed how big and powerful and impactful our words can be.
And when you say it, whether it's you or it's us in a university or your dorm or in the workplace, cubicle, wherever it is, once you say those things, and what I love about it is it wasn't condescending, it wasn't this arrogance, it was just you. You're so authentic about it. And once you say it, then people look at you just a little bit differently. And you know what? There really is an expectation on us. If we're going to declare Christ as our Lord, we're going to follow Him. And the power of words, and just thank you, Jake, thank you, because that was a gutsy move, man. I think because you're in a platform where people do that, it's something really impressive. It does.
strange being on this side of the microphone. I remember being on the other side where I'm watching someone like Tim Tebow or Scotty Scheffler, who I just love. But them talking about their faith, and it's like, man, that guy must have it all figured out. That guy, he must have life figured out. And now here I am on this side of the microphone sharing my testimony, and I will be the first one. I do not have it figured out. I fall short of the glory of the Lord every single day, and it's something that's so cool to see from this side. It's like, when I was little and I thought Tim Tebow had it all figured out, he was still pursuing his faith every single day, and I think now I get to see that in my own life where, yes, I get to talk about it and I feel very confident in my faith, but I'm still falling short every single day, and I'm still pursuing him every day because I need him. We're never not going to need him, no matter what stage we're on or how much we talk about it. We're going to need to pursue him every single day.
Jake Bates' story really is so cool.
He does have an incredible story.
Yeah, and to see him thriving, and also see him over here on this side of the state, he gets a lot of Detroit love, but I hope he got some West Michigan love yesterday too.
I loved her very first question of, so when you're the Super Bowl champions in 2026, I was like, oh, can't do that. Like, don't jinx it.
I know, I was like, yeah.
He probably felt like that too.
Well, his answer was perfect. He was like, oh, we're not, we work really hard every day. And I'm like, that's the attitude,
Yes,
Jake.
exactly.
That's the attitude. We love it.